Hi there, Aquarius. Welcome to your August 2018 love reading. It's Raina here. So I decided to do all the fixed signs first. I did your opposite sign, Leo. I did Taurus and Scorpio, and now I'm doing you. Remember that as the month of August comes into play, we're coming off of the lunar eclipse, powerful full moon in your sign. So you may, and of course at the time of a full moon, the sun is in the opposite sign. So the sun is in your 7th house, the full moon, the lunar eclipse is in your sign, and that brings awareness to you and your needs. If you're in a relationship with somebody where you feel like you gave and gave and gave and they took and took and took, you may see now that you need to stop doing a certain thing in order to make that pattern go away. And it may just dawn on you, and it could be because of their behavior. Now remember, the 7th house is committed partnership, so this wouldn't be somebody you started dating last week. This would very likely be somebody who you're married to or in a live-in committed situation. And you may say to yourself, wow. And it could be, that this is something that is like a 20-year relationship, and you're like you're adding, what do they say, connecting the dots. And you're like, whoa, I can't believe that I tolerated this nonsense for so long and that I really didn't get it. I didn't get the memo about this. So what I'm going to be doing is that my typical spread, I'm using my typical deck, which is the Morgan Greer deck. And for the challenge position, I'm using the Wild Unknown Tarot because it's kind of gothic and very kind of spooky, which goes along with that type of position. And I'm also going to be picking an Energy Oracle card at the end to round off the reading. So let's get started here. Perfect. Okay. Well, several major arcana cards here. 3 to be exact. Oh, I'm dropping cards. Hold on one second. Oh, you know what? I forgot to pick the card in the challenge position that was supposed to be from the other deck. So we'll just do both, I guess. Okay. So that'll be a bonus card for that. But I did it once before for one of the other signs, and I just put the card back in the deck, but I couldn't put the genie back into the bottle because I'd already laid it out here. Okay, so let's look at this. The heart of the matter is the 8 of Cups, leaving what no longer serves you emotionally. And as I always say, it's good to leave if something isn't serving you, but you have somewhere to go. Do you have like a vision for yourself? Some people, and I would say, I don't know if I would pick on, I don't think I would pick on Aquarius specifically, but maybe Gemini as an air sign, the fire signs, maybe even Pisces sometimes. This tendency to leave when the going gets tough, but it's more like escapism because there's no vision involved. It's just like a reaction to challenges in their life. So they're kind of like running away from their problems. So hopefully the highest expression of this is somebody who is looking for more meaning in their life. This could be a spiritual quest, by the way, and it may have nothing to do with, oh, I just found this other person that I care for more than this person. or who turns me on more than this person. No, it's something deeper than that, or it should be. And it's like that book, Eat, Love, Pray. That was kind of the premise of that book, that this woman wasn't happy in her current relationship. And it was, and the thing that was wrenching about it that always stands out to me is that he was a nice guy. It wasn't like he was this monster that she had to escape from. So she felt like she didn't have the right to leave because he was so nice. But when he started talking about children, she realized she had to do it. And if you haven't read that book, I mean, it's a bestseller, but you definitely should check it out. Sometimes I know I am very snobbish about bestsellers, but sometimes they really are, exceptional. In this case, I certainly think that it's above and beyond a typical just mass marketed book, paperback book. So, well, let's look at the foundation here. 7 of Wands. Now, this could be the dynamic within that relationship. It could be like always feeling like you're pressing back, pushing back, having to defend yourself, having to explain yourself to someone who just doesn't get you, who doesn't appreciate who you are. And sometimes that's a tactic to keep you on your toes, to keep you in that defensive posture, so that you always doubt yourself, that you always feel like they're superior to you, and that they have, because this can also be like excessive criticism, where they are never happy with what you're doing, and you always feel like you have to explain why you're doing what you're doing and apologize for it in some cases. This kind of behavior doesn't strike me as what I would associate with Aquarius, but it is possible because you are very tolerant, and you try to be reasonable, fair, not sorry, I can't even talk, non-emotional, and trying to see another person's point of view, get inside their head, and you can very easily, maybe too well, where you give somebody the benefit of the doubt and you should have left a long time ago. So the challenge cards here are the Hierophant. Now, this is, okay, let me take both of these, because that was the one that I wasn't supposed to pick, but, there are no accidents, right? And then we have here Mother of Wands, which is Queen of Wands. Okay. Queen of Wands. Now, these are both in challenge positions. Okay, so there can be, it's possible that you might be dealing with something surrounding infidelity, perhaps, and that there's a third party. I mean, my God, I got, this is the reason this deck says Mother is because in the other decks that say Queen, that is one of the possibilities, is mother energy. So if there's a mother of somebody's child who's causing problems, and then the Hierophant, this is a card of marriage and tradition. So it could be that maybe you have, I mean, it can go either way. Either that you are the one who has felt the violation of that bond, of that marital bond, and felt maybe your partner has a child with somebody else, and that broke it up, and that made the the marriage go apart, or they are with somebody else and they are excessively conforming to the tradition of, well, I have to stay in this relationship because it's a sin to get divorced, or what would the neighbors think, or something like that. So it could be going either that way. It was, I wasn't even paying attention to those cards because I was seeing this card about this defensive posture. And you know what it could be, though, is that the other person, your partner, is doing this to you because they were the ones doing the dirt. And that's always a tactic that is used, where maybe they even accused you of cheating and they were the ones cheating, that kind of thing. So anyway, maybe during the eclipses of July, all of this came out in the open to stare you guys in the face. Oh, I got to tell you something. In August, there's going to be an eclipse too in Leo, which is in that 7th house of yours, a solar eclipse. So that's like a new moon. But, whatever. I mean, these are change agents that are kind of beyond your control, kind of fated events, triggers that come about at certain times to move your timeline along, if you will, whatever you want to call it. The higher message is the King of Pentacles, so this could be some kind of talking about, I would say maybe this is somebody who has always been there for you. Now, interestingly, I did get King of Swords, King of Pentacles. If this is a father figure, this is a stable person, though, and maybe this is someone who likes you and you don't see them as a potential partner for whatever reason. Maybe you think that they are too boring because they're so predictable, but maybe they are the kind of person that you need in your life. If you've been with somebody who's very unstable, unpredictable, this person might be a good person for you. Taurus, this card connects with Taurus, but this isn't the challenge position. So Virgo and Capricorn, and you might, find yourself with Taurus, but I think that's quite a different type of energy. But this could be somebody who is just a great person to lean on. And also, as a spiritual message, looking at the father, what role has the father played in your life? Did you have a stable father? Maybe you didn't have a stable father, because this would be like a stable rock of a father who doesn't change, a father who doesn't abandon his child because he breaks up with the mother. So if you didn't have that in your life, maybe that is why you're attracted to unstable partners. The practical advice is represented by the Wheel of Fortune. So Aquarius, these are cycles in life. And even the eclipses, the eclipse cycles, they're bringing things in. So in other words, don't get freaked out because somebody moved your food dish and you're an Aquarius and what is all this upheaval in my life all of a sudden. Embrace it. You're ruled by Uranus, so you, more than most people, should ride that roller coaster wave of change that may come out of nowhere and seem kind of like unpredictable, and embrace the unpredictability. Embrace the new things that will come in as a result of this change. What is coming in is represented by the King of Swords. This is definitely you at your finest, because this is kind of like not allowing emotions to get in your way. Now, all air signs are connected to swords, but sometimes this person is a little bit remote and kind of out of touch with his feelings. So you don't want to take it to the extent where you become cold. Sometimes Aquarians, and it can be more of the moon in Aquarius, but if you identify with this as a sun in Aquarius, you might even chuckle a bit about you're dealing with somebody, you're in a relationship. It could be just a platonic relationship, and they do something to piss you off or to turn you off, and then it's like, bam, you're just shut off. Like there's like this stone, wall that comes up, and you cut them out like that, and they may be like, whoa, I didn't see that one coming. And can they really be that, all or nothing? Yeah, you can be if you want. The outcome is the Strength card, and this is, I guess self-explanatory, but it's not just, she's wrestling. Is she wrestling the lion, or is she just taming the lion? So maybe you're taming a Leo person. Because this card is connected to Leo, again, with that eclipse energy in Leo. The Leo Aquarius polarity in August 11th, but also beyond that date, the aftermath of that. Just feeling like emboldened by it, feeling like you went through the fire, pardon the pun, because Leo is a fire sign, and you've come out stronger than ever. It could just be talking about that Leo eclipse, that is going to be a time, the turning point in the situation at hand. Oh, you know what's weird? I didn't talk about the Mother of Wands now, did I? I did. I think I briefly mentioned about it. It really doesn't pay for you to see this, because it's not gonna, you're not going to go, oh, that makes sense. A snake with a branch in its side. Oh, that makes perfect sense. So this card connects to the Queen of Wands. I did say that, I think. Now, in the challenge position, the Queen of Wands is kind of like a hysterical woman. She can be a person in a position of power. She can be a mother or a mother-in-law. I want to say, too, that the King of Swords could be the divorce decree, the judgment from a judge. And this could be like you, feeling that restoration within you. But the Queen of Wands can be this sense of a woman who is very attention-seeking, and she's very jealous of of the attention that others are getting. So if this is like the mother of your partner's child, she may know that he's in a new relationship and may be trying to kind of like make his life miserable, and by extension your life miserable. Or maybe she's just focusing on you because she wants him back, and she's on a campaign to do whatever, to create drama, okay? This is a drama queen, for sure. A drama queen. I don't think that this is you. I think this is somebody else that is in the picture. Because it's Mother of Wands, we have to also include actual mothers. So whether it's the mother of your partner's child, or if it's if it's your mother who has, maybe you are leaving an abusive relationship and your mother is against you, and she's saying, but the Pope says, or Jesus says, baby Jesus cries when you get a divorce. And I'm not trying to disrespect Christianity or Catholicism. They're different things, right? No, I'm just kidding. But I'm not trying to say that. That's just because I actually am very respectful of religion, but I'm not respectful of dogma, because it just simply you can't apply it across the board. Just like in this type of a reading, I can't say that every Leo person is going through this. And, you know, if somebody writes to me, a comment under my video, this didn't resonate at all. Well, gee, you know, there's only like hundreds of millions of Leos on this planet. Why didn't it resonate? So I just wanted to bring that up because there could be some older woman who is trying to cause drama. Don't get sucked into other people's drama, because that's what they want. They're energy vampires a lot of times, and that's what they want most of all. Now I'm going to pick that card. My card is running out of storage here, so I got to do this really quickly. 32, door to spirit. Okay. See if I can sneak this in here. Spiritual awakenings and new beginnings. This door opens onto the expansive, energetic realm where all new beginnings originate. The orbs of light are guiding you through the clouds of the earthly world, leading you to a deeper understanding of your eternal identity, the source of all true value and power. This door opens onto truly unlimited potential, for the changes that are happening here reach deep into the core of your being. And I told you, this is a very change agent month. A lot of you are going to be actually watching this in July while it's happening. As such, this card often heralds your increasing powers in the spiritual arts and a deepening connection with the spirit world. Don't be surprised if you find yourself becoming more intuitive, more aware of spirit's presence, or more powerful in your own healing practices. Now is the time to open up to the unexpected guidance and inspiration of spirit, and to the magic and power of your true identity. And of course, you might say, well, what does that have to do with my love life? It has everything to do, because we're holistic beings. We're not just in these little compartments. And so what you do in one area affects another. Okay, so you'll never go wrong by having spiritual practices. This is the affirmation. I relax and connect with my spirit's wisdom and power. I live in the peace that my spirit brings, and know that the world of spirit supports me. Amen. Okay, Aquarius, I hope that you enjoyed this. If you'd like a private reading, like a private love reading, where I use your astrological chart for the most part, very good way, at least for me, to kind of hone in on things in a more precise way. At least as precise as I can get from not knowing you personally, of course. Please click on the link below. Otherwise, have an amazing August. Bye.